Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to Sip and Wealth Live and the special rendition of it for the Wealthy Brunch. So today I have a special guest with me. You may have already seen the promo and everything, but yes, I am here to welcome the amazing Yasha Wells.
Woo! Thanks for that great introduction, Molly.
Hey Yasha, hey Yasha. Thank you for joining me today. You are one of the guest speakers that's going to be speaking at the Wealthy Brunch. Could you tell everyone that's on the tuned in a little bit about yourself? Your experience is just so vast when it comes to real estate and everything that you do. But yes, share that.
Yes, yes. So I have been a real estate agent primarily for the last decade. And I really, within the last 4 years, have really dialed in real estate investing and dabbling into an array of things when it comes to real estate investing. And so just so many areas of experience, but I just love real estate overall. And it's really about finding your passion within the business and the industry. So that's what's led me here.
Yes. So you do quite a bit when it
Yeah.
comes to real estate.
Yeah.
I know that you had a brokerage, you're a realtor, you're an investor. So speak to as far as your wide variety of expertise within the space.
Yes. So I used to be a real estate broker many moons ago, and I decided that was no longer something that I wanted to do. I wanted to go back to being a solo agent because I can only control what I can control, right? And so that's what led me back to being a solo agent, even though I loved being a broker and an owner and just really educating and sharing all of my knowledge with individuals that worked with me. I know that I could do that where I'm at currently. And then on top of that, my husband and I also work together in some capacity. And that's what really just started to pique my interest. And I started thinking to myself back in like 2020, and I was like, why haven't I done anything for myself yet? It's really great as a wife or a spouse or partner to do something with your spouse, but what really drove me and fueled me was wanting to do it for myself and to do it for my children also. But it was like, hey, I need to also get out here and have the same experience outside of just the regular transactional things that I was doing as an agent. So that's what got me started. I started listening to podcasts like Bigger Pockets at the time, just really starting to reach out to people and network and talk about real estate investing because I felt like I was just missing something. And I think the thing that I share with a lot of people now is that you have to, as an agent, you have to have that investor hat on first before you do anything and think about, can you buy this? Can you have, do you need the capital? And if that's the case, do you know someone that would lend that to you personally? And just really getting scrappy and savvy with how you can do deals, I think is like the hugest part of what I do and why I love what I do.
Yeah. So you did hit on like getting snazzy as far as like getting the funding and as far as that on an investor standpoint. So I know you'll be speaking on creative financing at the brunch. For those that are not familiar with the concept of creative financing or how it can be a game changer when it comes to acquiring real estate, can you give some a little insight into that?
Yes, I was like, I'll try not to just give it all right now because I
Right, don't get all the juice. This is a little taste, a little appetizer.
yes, I'll try to. I was like, I'll try to keep it very high level, but creative financing is just where you're utilizing you can utilize your personal funds or again bring in other people, but you are working directly with an owner in most cases, and you are creating terms with that owner, and you're not going through like a bank where you have to have good credit, you have to have these large down payments or anything like that. You are working directly with an owner to work out a deal, and you still close on the property as normal, like you would if you did have traditional financing and things like that. So I was like, I'll leave it there, so that way I don't go too deep.
That's good. Yeah. So instead of going the regular traditional bank route, just finding alternative ways, but dealing primarily with the seller, as you stated.
Yes.
So, what can they expect from your particular segment at the brunch? What can the
Oh
attendees?
man. You guys are in for a real treat because with me, I never gatekeep. I don't leave anything on, like just not up for grabs. Like, so I'm just going to say that, like, I'm going to share all of my knowledge and expertise in the areas that I work in, like, through and through. I'm not someone that is just going to give you like a little sprinkle and then like sell you like a $20,000 course. Like, that's not how I roll. So you will definitely get a lot of value from my segment, and I'm sure as well as all the other speakers. But for me, you are getting like 100% the game.
Right. Yeah, Yasha does not gatekeep
Yes.
um, at all. Like, she leaves it out on the table. So
Yes.
make sure you bring your notepads and
Yes.
pens ready to take some heavy notes. Um,
Yes.
'Cause, yeah, the gems will be given.
It'll be
Um,
dropped.
so I know you've spoken at Wealthy Brunch before.
Yes.
Um, so what has been your experience with, speaking at the brunch? Other than, of
So
course, you not leaving anything on the, putting it out on the table, making sure everybody get the gems outside of that.
yes, yes, yes. Outside of that, I had a really great experience because there were people that I got to connect with that maybe have been following, me maybe on social media for a while, and then being able to have those one-on-one interactions, people to, be able to ask questions directly there because you're trying to just put all the pieces to the puzzle together. So it just really gives you some live interaction. It gives you an opportunity to network, have some amazing food and drinks, and just to be around other people who are possibly looking to do the same thing, because honestly you never know who you're going to be in the room with, and you might find your next partner, or you might find someone with an opportunity that you could jump on. So I think that is really what the Wealthy Brunch is about, just bringing individuals together to achieve wealth, right? So
Yeah,
that's my experience.
yeah, absolutely. And to, I mean, the next question kind of like goes right into it. Why do you believe like events like the Wealthy Brunch are important for aspiring investors or current and experienced investors?
It really just goes back to that networking piece. You never know who you're going to meet. I even attended an event last week, and I was just so shocked at like the value that I received, the people that I met, just the connections. I was like, wow, I was not anticipating this because I've attended a array of events, but at the Wealthy Brunch, you're coming here like duh, it says the Wealthy Brunch, so we're coming here for a specific reason, to achieve financial freedom and wealth. And so your this brunch attracts those type of people who are looking to maybe take their business to the next level, maybe to get started. And so it just puts you in the room with those people, and you can always take away something from any type of networking event, and learn from it too. So
Right, facts. A lot of the times, when we're on our wealth journey and where we're trying to acquire additional wealth or figure out which steps to take, we go about it kind of alone, and we're trying to figure out, okay, who to partner up with, or who can I connect with, what direction do I need to go to next? So, environments and events like this, and like the one you attended, being in that environment with other people that may be even more experienced in the industry or whatever, more than you, or they're walking the same journey and they have different insights, and y'all can help each other. um,
yes,
yeah, it's definitely a win-win overall, building that network, right? Network
yes.
is your network. you know? um, so for those that are attending the Wealthy Brunch, what are some practical steps that they should take to prepare for your segment? Like, what is like, hey, I gotta be ready for Yasha. So,
Yes. So some things I would just say is just like come prepared. Like I get such an adrenaline rush, and I get really excited when people ask like questions.
Mhm.
So even if you're not excited about my segment per se, just come prepared. Like, look at who are the speakers, maybe do a little bit of research on them and see kind of what their experience is, and come with questions. Walk in with an intention, because that can be, maybe your only opportunity to see this person in person. And so you just really want to make a good impression when you're meeting them, anyone face to face, whether if it's a speaker or not. You just want to come, with your elevator pitch, 15 seconds or less. I learned that last week. And so, like, I have mine down, and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to just get started and, introduce myself. And also, if you are an introvert, and I know you probably would never believe this, but I'm such an introvert. But when I get around people who are talking about real estate, and especially real estate investing, like, I really just break out of my shell, because this is where I just have so much knowledge and things, and where I'm also looking to grow. So come prepared,
Yeah.
have your business card, or a form of a method that people can contact you, or just stay connected, and make it easy and quick. Don't have like all these like apps you got to scan and stuff. Just like, let's get
Right.
connected, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
So
agreed. Yeah, make it easy and simple as far as making that connection with that person. Don't be afraid. I know in a lot of times networking events, everyone in the room is nervous, and a lot of people don't realize that hey, like, yeah, you're nervous, but everyone generally is, and they got to get warmed up. And
yes.
there's some that naturally are like, woo, 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 extroverts that is ready. But for the
Yeah.
most part, a lot of people are more introverted, and it takes time for them to warm up, which is why there tend to be alcohol involved and turning events. A little wine here and there. Next thing you know, you're more open. But
Yes.
yeah. So even if it's a speaker or the person sitting next to you or the people around the room, just making sure that you make the connection with them and realize, hey, they're people just like you. And hey, as much as you want to make sure that you build a connection with them, they would like the same. So make sure that you actually get out there, make that step, because that's what it's going to take to actually acquiring that wealthy life, that next step in your wealth journey that you're looking for. Just getting out and doing it.
Yes. Ooh, I want to add one more thing, and it's to just check your ego at the door, because I think, like, sometimes, like, when I interact with people, like, it's like we just have like I know people think so highly of themselves, and I mean I do too. Like, ask my husband. Like, he's like, "Oh, there you go." But you gotta have that inner confidence. But when you're in a room trying to network and connect with people, like, you don't have to just come off like, "Oh, I'm just so like this and that." Just like be
Mhm.
friendly, be open to receiving and learning, because you're going to miss the gems if your head's just so blown up, or your just ego is just so huge that you're not willing to receive any information, or be willing to hear what others have to say.
That's good. That's good. Okay, Yasha. What is something that you'd like to leave the listeners or watchers, I should say, with before you head out?
Yes. So I would say, like, and especially for my segment, that you just never know until you try. Like, I think it really, like, I was always so afraid to get into investing, because I was like, oh man, like, being self-employed, I was like, oh man, like, are my tax returns going to show, the right way, etc. Like, book, like, all that back end stuff that you think that you need to get started in real estate investing. And like, that was just not the case once I really uncovered creative financing. um, it just
Mhm.
opened so many more doors. And the crazy part of all of this is that I've been doing creative finance without really realizing it for my entire career, working alongside my husband. And I was just like,
I'm
oh,
sorry
that's what
for
that
that.
is.
Yeah.
But hey, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so when I was ready to really dive into this, like, that's when everything made so much more sense. And that's why I say just come with an open mind. But I am so excited and thrilled to meet everyone and see everyone, and to connect again, and to host this with you. I'm just so excited.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Yasha, how can people find you, connect with you? Yes.
Yes. So the best way to connect with me is I'm primarily on Instagram. So I'm at Yasha Wells on Instagram and then also on Facebook as well, at Yasha Wells. Those are the best places to reach me. And if you have a house that's not market ready yet, send me a DM. I am looking to always acquire and pick up properties. So if you're one of those people who are like, definitely feel free to reach out to me as well.
That's awesome. Make sure y'all reach out. So yes, for those of you looking to or haven't done so yet, be sure to grab your tickets to the Wealthy Brunch. It's going to be happening on December 14th at the Jesse Ball DuPont Center in downtown Jacksonville. We are also raising money for the local non-for-profit family foundations to help more families get into homes and also for mental health awareness as well. There is tons of information on the Eventbrite as well. So make sure that you check out the Eventbrite, look up Wealthy Brunch 2024. You'll be able to get more details and grab your tickets. For those of you that are business owners and want to more have more coverage on your business, there are sponsorship packages available as well. So again, thank you, Yasha, for
Thank
joining me.
you.
And thank you everyone else for tuning in, or those of you that are watching after. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye. Thank you.